Hello, um, and welcome to my attempt to document my ride. It's just a simple bike ride, but I'm using a tricycle, recumbent tricycle from Trike, and it's the Gran Turismo X18 with the Bosch electric assist kit. Uh, I had a stroke in about 2018 or 19 I think it's been about a year and a half. And so, as you can see, my voice has been affected. Also, my right side. So, my character and my memories are all intact. So, inside, I'm still the same person I always was. It's harder for me to communicate, to use my voice, and to move around, to walk, and do stuff like that. I woke up in the hospital and I was completely paralyzed and I couldn't move at all. And through lots of therapy and effort, I'm able to walk and get around. I'm not able to drive or run or jump or skateboard or do a lot of stuff that I used to do. So, riding my trike and trying to go really far has become my new, I guess, challenge for myself. Um, I wrote a list because I keep forgetting stuff that I needed to accomplish this ride. I've attempted it twice already, and the goal is Folsom Lake. It's simple. So I live in Natomas, basically North Sacramento, and my route goes to downtown Sacramento and then across to Folsom Lake and back. And the whole route is roughly about 100 miles there and back. And so I bought this trike and I've used it to train to be able to walk. Apparently, my brain and the parts that help me do everything, they only grow when I'm tired, when I produce some sort of chemical or protein in my brain that helps connect the synapses. So that's what I used my trike. The first time I rode it, um, I went around the block a few times. And then I went, I call it the circle, but I ran around the whole circle. And then I went to the nearest park. And my first goal was to get to a big park down the road, a North Natomas Park. So I did that and came back, and I was so proud of myself. And I thought that I could never do it. And then I started to go around it. So I went to the park, and then I would start going around it. And after about, I don't know, 10 miles, 20 miles, and it kept going up and up and up. So then I found out, no, I produced another goal. I said, okay, I wonder if I can get downtown to Old Town and to my job. So then I could commute if I needed to do ride my bike. So I started training around the park, and I got further and further. About when I was about at 15 miles rides, 18-mile rides, I started to explore the route, the way that I would get downtown. So my goal was to do it all on bike trails. That way, I wouldn't have to worry about cars. I wouldn't be on the road, and the recumbent trike is much lower than a normal bicycle. So I have like a flag, and I have to wear bright clothes so I don't get hit. It makes sense for safety. And so my goal was to get to Old Town, and mostly on bike trails. There's I would call like one dangerous place, and I had to cross the road a few times. And so um, that took me about 4 attempts. I kept going down the route further and further. And at that time, it was very hard for me to ride for a long time because I would always have to go to the bathroom. So I would have to basically time my sections around going to the bathroom and finding a bathroom. So I know where they all are now. So I would ride to the bathroom, and then I would keep riding to the next one, and so on. And so during this time, during this exploration, part of it was finding the bathrooms. So one day, all of a sudden, I was at Old Town, and I was like, wow, I guess I could do it. So I rode back, and it didn't really feel like a big event, like I accomplished a major goal. It felt kind of small. And so, and I guess it was because my daughter at the time, who's 7, she could not even ride a bike. She was afraid, and she had training wheels and stuff like that. And my mother came to live with us for like a month and visit, and she heard that my daughter couldn't ride a bike. So she was like, really? Just like me. She took her outside and taught her how to ride a bike. And all of a sudden, she was riding, and it was simple. So then she could go with me, and we started going around the park with her. And it was, I don't know, a few weeks, and she wanted to go to downtown. And so we went downtown and back, and of course, that felt much bigger because her bike had no gears. It was a small BMX bike, and she just learned to ride, and it was 20 miles. So that really surprised me, and it made me want to go further and farther. And so that's what I started to do. My route did not change. All the effort I put in to learning how to get downtown, I used. So I went downtown, and then I just went further. So there's wonderful bike trails from downtown all the way to Folsom along a river. They call it the Jedediah Smith Memorial Trail. Around here, we just call it the River Trail. And so my first goal was a college, Sacramento State College. And it was about 10 miles up the trail. So that's what I did. I went downtown, and then I went to Sacramento State and back. And keep in mind, my tires on my trike, they are basically flat proof because I was very worried about being stranded or stuck. And so everything about what I do is very safe. It's very calculated. I have never been stuck, knock on wood, but I have never had a flat or been stuck or broke a chain, stuff like that. So I'm very careful, and In fact, I'm so careful that I've made a list about all the things I need to do, all the things I need to take. And so I just bought a helmet and a brim for the sun because I don't know if you can see, but the sun has been a real problem. In fact, I got a sunburn under my clothes. So a part of my routine now is putting sunscreen on under my clothes. Um, I wear wool socks, wool shirt, and I have shoes that clip into my bike so my foot cannot come off and go under, like they call it foot suck or something. It's really bad. And I take with me two batteries for my electric assist. And also, I have a phone charger and lights in case it gets dark, and water bottles, snacks, tools, um, all kinds of stuff. In fact, I have one of those things where, like, I call it my ordering pizza device, but it looks basically like a watch. It only has one button, so that tracks me, and it's like if I fall down or something, if there's an emergency, this will say like where I am, and I can talk through it. And so I take that with me as well to be extra safe. And of course, my phone, I'll take my camera so I can try to document the trip. And so I've done this, and I have learned a few times. I have attempted the trip twice, and I'm up to 80 miles. It's amazing. From my house, 80 miles, I stop at a bridge not too far from the lake. So as I record this, I think I'm about 10 or 20 miles away from the lake. So, and outside right now, it's about 100 degrees. And so I'm taking a little break and waiting for the weather to cool down a little bit. And then I wish to try it one more time, and I'll try to go all the way. And so I think that this route, would be hard for anyone with with a cool normal bike, a 100-mile ride. They call it a century, of course, because it's 100. But doing a century ride is like, it's kind of a rite of passage for bikers. And so of course for really good people, it's probably not that much. They probably do 100 miles a day, easy, pros or whatever racing. It's just like their training ride for them. But for me, it's like I need electric assist, and I've been trying to do this ride for about 2 months, and it's taken a ton of preparation. In fact, so much preparation, so much planning that I thought it was ready about 2 weeks ago, and I started to film and document the ride, and I thought I did everything right, and I had sunscreen on and all my batteries charged and everything ready to go. In fact, it took me a whole day just to prepare for the next day. and I planned to attempt the ride and do it. And I got about, I don't know, 5-10 miles away from the house. I didn't even get downtown yet, and I felt really weird, and I felt like something was wrong, and I felt discouraged, and it felt like I was years ago. You know what it felt like when I was trying to climb a mountain, and when you had that feeling, it was really bad. It was like, well, this isn't the day, these aren't the conditions, and it's a clue for you to turn around. Those are the moments that save your life, and you have to learn to recognize them. Otherwise, you're not going to get very far. So I was trying to think of what was wrong. I did everything right. The weather was good. I left early in the morning. It was still cool outside. And I had all day. You know what the problem was? I forgot to have my coffee. So my body was not awake yet, and I just didn't feel good. So in the excitement of getting everything ready, I felt like it was a special day. It was I was doing everything different. But what I forgot was very normal. Something you do every morning. Maybe you get up and have coffee. That's like one of the first things you do. And so, because I was not treating it like a normal day, I failed. And so, of course, I learned from that too. Um, so now it's on my list of things to do. You know what else is on there is go poop. So yeah. Sometimes you have to put all that on the list, or else you will forget. And so this is my attempt to document the ride. Um, uh, it's probably too long already, but I don't care. Deal with it.